Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to the 5-Minute NBA Podcast. And this is the second one of a day, a hell of a day today in the NBA. We're going to talk about the Chris Paul trade. He was traded to the Houston Rockets. You got CP3, you got the beard. How's that going to work out? Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Yeah, man, that was quick. Right after Chris Paul decided he wasn't going to pick up his player option for his contract, it looks like the Clippers wanted to make a move where they weren't losing Chris Paul for nothing. So they scrambled and put together a trade, which is actually, we know CP3's a hell of a player. You know, he's old, he's getting up there, he's old, but, you know, still a good leader, good player. But, man, the Houston Rockets gave up some valuable pieces, some valuable bench players, by the way, some valuable contributors, defenders. All this for Chris Paul at his age. We'll see how it works, but let's break this down. What exactly happened with the trade? Okay, the Rockets get Chris Paul, and they send Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, who was a sixth man of the year candidate, and, of course, Patrick Beverley, don't forget him. He was locking down like Westbrook. Hell of a defender. Just overall a great player, man. So the Clippers send Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, forward Sam Decker, and a couple other guys. Plus, this is the thing, a 2018 first-round pick, and that's protected up to 3. So anything under 3, they get a pick, which, you know, could be a good move for the Clippers. Not bad, though, if you think about it. Hey, you're about to lose Paul anyway. Get some players, and I'm telling you, Patrick Beverley, he's a player. He's one of those guys you want to have on your team. He plays hard, plays defense, doesn't back down from anybody, like really an old-school player. And then Lou Williams is having a hell of a year. I don't know if he's going to have a hell of a year under Doc Rivers, because I think Mike D'Antoni helped Lou Williams out. But the main thing is you got Chris Paul, and now you got James Harden on the same team. And they could add more pieces. The Rockets could add more pieces. But how will those guys get along? How does a ball-dominant guard, old-school point guard like Chris Paul, who runs the show, going to give... How's he going to be next to a James Harden, who obviously needs the ball a lot, just was point guard last year, dropping 11 assists a game, career high, led the league. How's James Harden going to do with Chris Paul there? How's Chris Paul going to do having to play with a guy like James Harden? And you know, one thing about Chris Paul, he's hard on dudes. He's known for upsetting a lot of his teammates. He expects a lot out of you. And as we know about James Harden, he's known for taking plays off, doesn't play defense, and I'm telling you, man, if you watch Game 6 of the past NBA playoffs when he played the Spurs, he didn't even come out and try, but then he's dancing and hanging in the club. So does James Harden really want to win like Chris Paul does? Because Paul wants to win. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to give way. Me personally, I don't see it working, just for the simple fact of I think those are two people who would butt heads. I think James Harden's more of a laid-back dude, you know, just going out and playing. And I think Chris Paul's like, hey, man, he's that old school, scream at you, you know, that type of guy. So we'll see how it works. But I'm telling you this, man. For the Clippers to get in return like a Lou Williams and a Patrick Beverley and a first-round pick, not bad when they would have got nothing at all. So good move by the Clippers. Jerry West already doing his thing over there. And we'll see how it works out for the Rockets. And, you know, here's another thing to watch out for. We could talk about Chris Paul and James Harden, but how do Chris Paul and Mike D'Antoni get along? You know, Mike is known to have issues with, certain players. So we'll see how this works out. But it's been a fun day in the NBA, and free agency's right around the corner, so expect more from me and from the 5-Minute NBA Podcast, man. Like, share. Appreciate y'all listening. We out. Mic drop. Peace.